Hi everyone, welcome. Today we'll do a little bit of flow, focusing maybe on some poses that will help us with our digestion. Maybe you ate too much or just kind of have that, icky tummy feeling. So coming to the mat, allow yourself to just relax. In whatever position feels best for you. Maybe your legs are crossed, maybe they're not, maybe they're out wide. And then feeling that little string lifting you up, back of your head in line with your tailbone, letting your shoulders relax over your hips. Resting your hands on your thighs or your knees. And from here, just focusing inward on your breath. That nice natural breathing. Being aware of the sensations that are occurring in your body. Do you feel a little bit of air? Maybe from air conditioning, depending on where you are, or heat, the warmth. Do you notice the difference between your skin, what is not covered by clothing, and what is? Just allow yourself to pay attention to your body, being aware. Throughout the practice, it's important to always be aware, listening to your body. It will help guide you. Remembering yoga is non-harming, so please make whatever adjustments you need to throughout each pose. And from here, maybe deepening that breath. Maybe as you inhale to the count of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, maybe to the count of 4 or 5, 6, a little bit deeper, just to let all that breath out. This nice full breath is what you want to maintain throughout your practice. Maybe you want to close your eyes or bring your gaze to a nice soft gaze in front of you. Paying attention to what is happening. How does that breath feel? Again, being aware of your breath and what your body is telling you. And from here, if you have your eyes closed, open them. Bring your left foot, straighten it out in front of you, maybe off to the side a little bit, turning your body towards that left foot. Arms out to your side, lifting them up, and as you exhale, lowering over that leg. But as you do, keep your gaze forward. Maybe your hands are going to rest on your thighs, maybe they're going to go all the way down to your foot or somewhere in between. When you reach that point where you can feel the stretch in your lower back, then hold there, even if this is it. That's perfectly fine. And then bring your gaze to the floor. Taking a couple breaths here. Bring that right arm slowly, drawing it back like you're going to shoot an arrow. And then reaching behind you, and then slowly lifting it over, opening up that right side. And then slowly turning towards that left leg again. Bring your hands down to the floor and slowly walk yourself back up. I'm trying some new technology here, so bear with me. I think I was going to fall out of my ear. And from here, take this right foot, drawing it over that left leg. Now again, that foot may not come all the way back. It may only go this far, and that's perfectly fine. Remembering to make whatever adjustment feels best for you. You can wrap your arm around that like this, or you can take your right hand, bringing it behind you. Your right hand is only supporting you in the fact that it's helping you to keep your back straight. Now you can twist gently to the right. If you would like to go a little deeper, bring that left elbow to the other side of your knee. And breathe. And slowly releasing, coming back to center. Take that right foot, bring it out straight at a diagonal for you. Drawing that left foot to your right thigh. Turn towards that right foot. Arms out to your side. Lift as you inhale. Exhale. Reaching over that, maybe again to your thigh, your feet. Slowly drawing that left hand back like you're going to shoot that arrow, reaching behind you and then over your head. This time opening up that left side. Turning towards that right foot again, hands to the floor, slowly walk yourself back up. Take that right foot, lift it over your left leg. Again, either holding that knee in or bringing your elbow to the outside of it. Left hand behind you, helping you to keep that back straight. Twist to the left. And slowly coming back to center. From here, bring yourself into a tabletop. Maybe you want to have a blanket underneath your knees to kind of protect. Whatever blanket works for you. Doesn't have to be specifically yoga or anything like that. Coming into a tabletop, remembering knees underneath your hips, fingers spread wide, wrists underneath your shoulders, the inside of your elbow facing each other. And once you're here, just bring a little movement. Maybe just kind of take your hips and just rocking them back and forth. Maybe you want to do a few little circles. Just a little bit of movement. Maybe going the other way. And then back into that tabletop. Lift your left hand or right hand into the air. Again, my directionally challenged issue. And then slowly lowering it down, threading it behind that left hand. Bring your shoulder to the mat. Your left hand can just gently lie on your lower back, or if you would like, bring it out in front of you for a little bit of a stretch. This is really great for the low back, taking out those kinks. And slowly drawing that left hand back, lift yourself back up. Make whatever adjustments you need to bring yourself into that neutral tabletop. Once there, lift that left hand into the air and slowly drawing it down, threading behind your right hand, shoulder to the mat. Again, resting your right hand maybe on your lower back or bringing it out in front of you. Drawing that hand back, slowly lift yourself up into that tabletop one more time. And then let yourself come back into a child's pose. Just resting over those thighs. Arms can be out, or maybe you want them drawn in. Lying down beside you. Bring your head to your forehead to the mat. Just allowing our spine to come back to that neutral, protecting that lower back. And then slowly back into that tabletop position. Curl those toes under and lift yourself into your down dog. Maybe walking your feet. Push those hips into the air, keeping your head in between your biceps. Pushing back on your heels. Your heels will not touch the mat probably. That's normal. That's fine. If you can, that's great too. But try not to hurt yourself. And then slowly walk yourself forward into a forward fold. Knees bent, belly to your thighs. Maybe bringing your hands to opposite elbows. Taking a couple breaths. And let your hands come to the mat. Bending your knees just a little further. Lift yourself up into a standing position. I'm going to knock that down again. Hands together, coming to heart center, and slowly push out those hips. This is called a chair pose, keeping your back straight, pushing the hips out. And then when you're there, really feeling yourself solidified on your entire foot. Try not to go back under your heels or your tiptoes. Feel grounded. And then slowly twisting to the left. Coming back to center. Take a nice inhale, coming up into that standing position. This time as you exhale, bring yourself all the way down to forward fold. And take your right knee back, allowing that right knee to just rest onto the mat. Right hand on the inside of the left foot. Lift your left hand to the air, twisting to the left. Coming back, framing the feet with your foot, can't talk, with your hands. Curl those back toes under. Feel yourself just grounded, maybe lifting that knee off the mat again. Maybe moving that foot in or out if you need to. But once you feel grounded, lift yourself up into a high lunge. And when you lift yourself up, make sure you're lifting with your leg, not your back. Once you're there, take an inhale, going into a crescent, arms up. Palms together, coming down to heart center. And again, doing that little twist to the left. Coming back to center. This time, you can either slide that back foot forward or just allow it to lift and draw it forward and slowly bring it out front, lifting that knee in the air. Nice balancing, you can really feel it here in your left leg. And then drawing that foot down and back, maybe only a couple feet away from your front foot this time. And then bring your hands to your hips, maybe right on that crease where the thigh meets the hip. And then bending at that area, at the hip. Flat back, parallel with the floor. You can certainly stay here. If you want to go a little further, you can bring your hands to your thighs, or maybe walking a little further. Keep in mind that you never want to have your leg completely straight. You just want to have a micro bend in that knee, always protecting our knees. Coming into a pyramid. Slide that back foot up to meet with the front in that forward fold one more time. And then inhale, lifting yourself up. Exhale, coming to heart center. Drawing yourself back again into that chair, pushing those hips up, keeping your back straight. Gaze forward. And this time, twisting to the right. Coming back to center. Inhale, drawing your hands back up into that standing position. Exhale, back into that full forward fold. And this time, bringing that right foot back, left foot back. Forgot what side I did. Really good. And then drawing that knee down to the mat. Left hand on the inside of that foot. Lift your right hand into the air, twisting to the right. Letting that hand come down, frame that foot, curl those back toes under, lift that knee off the mat. Again, find where you're grounded. Once you feel that way, then lift yourself up into that high lunge. Drawing your arms up as you inhale into a crescent. Palms together. Exhale down to heart center. And this time twisting to the right. Coming back to center. And then slowly sliding that leg up, bringing that knee up in front of you. This time drawing it back a couple of feet away from that front foot. Again, hands to your hips, bending. Feeling your back parallel with the floor. Staying here, or maybe walking your hands down your leg. Coming into a pyramid. And then slide that back foot up to meet with the front foot into that forward fold one time. Coming into a half fold. Excuse me. And into that forward fold. This time drawing your right foot back. And then your left foot coming into a high plank. Now you can stay here, or if you want, bring your knees down to the mat too, for just a variation of the plank. Push your toes forward, and then making sure your elbows stay close to your body. Let yourself come down to the mat, lifting yourself up into that cobra, feeling that stretch in your lower back. And then from here, just slowly lifting yourself up, bringing you into a child's pose one more time. And then coming back up to tabletop, bringing yourself forward again, maybe walking your hands forward, coming onto your belly, arms out in front of you. Bend that right knee, bring your right hand back, grabbing towards that ankle. If you can't grab the ankle, just let yourself reach back that way. Pulling it into your body. Releasing, coming back to the floor. This time bend the left knee, bring your left hand back, holding on to that ankle, reaching for it. Coming back to the floor. This time bend both knees. Bring both your hands back. Maybe all you want to do is just this, reaching for them, maybe not grabbing onto them. Or if you want, grab onto your feet, the top of your feet or ankles. You can hold it right here. If you want to go a little deeper, you can certainly lift your lift your chest up, flush your legs, coming almost into that little bow. Then release. And from here, lifting yourself up, come back into a seated position. Maybe if you have your blanket, you might want to just kind of roll it up, bringing it behind you on your lower back. Feet on the floor, knees in the air. Bring your hands to the back of your thighs. Good gravy. And then slowly lowering your back, keeping it straight. Feel it kind of resting a little bit on that blanket. And then lifting your feet into the air. Now you can hold it right here like this with your hands behind your thighs. Or you can release your thighs. I need to adjust. Bringing your hands out, palms facing each other. And release. And from here, we'll slowly come down to the mat further. Keeping our feet on the floor, knees in the air. Come down onto your back. Feet close to your body. Arms lying beside you, palms down. Slowly tilting your pelvis, lifting yourself up off the mat, one vertebrae at a time. Feel your shoulders just pushing back into the mat, opening your chest. And then slowly lowering one vertebrae at a time. And we'll do it. Excuse me. I'm talking too much today. And we'll do this one more time. Lifting up. Maybe you want to go a little further. Bring your hands underneath, clasping them together. Going up onto your tiptoes, a little higher. And slowly lowering down, remembering one vertebrae at a time. Bring your knees into your chest, rocking back and forth. Bring your feet back down to the mat, knees in the air. Your arms can come out wide. Slowly, just windshield wiper your legs back and forth. And when you get to the left, slowly let them lower. Again, keeping your gaze on the ceiling. Maybe you want to look over to the right. Lifting into the air. Again, rocking back and forth. Windshield wipe those legs. And when you come to the right side this time, allow them to lower again. Maybe your gaze is over to the left this time. Coming back to center. Again, bringing your knees into your chest, giving yourself a nice hug, rock back and forth, massaging that lower back. And let your feet come together, resting onto the floor, knees out wide. Letting ourselves just breathe here. Your hands can be on your belly if you like, maybe down on the side. And then slowly bringing your legs out, getting yourself into a nice position. Maybe lying flat, maybe a bolster underneath your knees. maybe a little blanket over you or under your head. Taking some time for you. As always, it's very important after a practice just to take a little bit of a break for yourself, to relax, to just observe what is happening in your body. How do you feel? Does it feel different? Do you feel like some muscles might be a little looser, maybe not, maybe you're tighter? Just being aware of what's occurring in our body. Letting your feet relax, allowing your legs to just sink into the mat, melting into the mat. Feel your lower back melting, releasing. Allow your shoulders to just open up, letting gravity take them. Maybe your arms are out beside you, away from your body, palms up. And then pay attention to your facial muscles, letting them relax, release. Maybe the tongue to the roof of your mouth. Maybe you want to kind of let your mouth open a little bit, releasing that, taking away any tension. What you did was great for you, for your body. Helps release, relax. You're ready for the day, if it's morning when you're watching this, or even for the night, feeling good. But I'd like to thank you for joining me. And I look forward to the next time. Namaste.